Martin shave tests, Friday the 5th. I've just honed 2 razors. These are rather exciting. That's a very nice Puma 155, which I've just recently got from James Sustainer Shave. Thank you, James. A little bit of corrosion on the edge, but that can be cured. A little bit of staining on the blade, and that has been cured. So that's all ready to go. That's on a 20k edge. And this is the real test today. Here we have the J.A.HENCKELS, but this is rather unusual in as much as, well, it is unusual to me. It's the carbon version. This is the 401 5/8 carbon, fresh in from America. Needed a lot of work. It had a terrible frown on the edge. That, as you can see, is now gone. So that one's ready to go. And that's on a 20k edge as well. The Gokumyo Suehiro. So anyway, or Suehiro Gokumyo, whatever. Anyway, I don't speak Japanese. However, this one and the Puma are about equal in period. They're very fine quality German steel, as you can see. One's got the beautiful little 401 and the little twins on the tang in red even. And this is a very nice example of a Puma 155. So, same period, best German steel, best carbon steel. Let's hope they perform similarly, because I've got a better test, which is Eric's wonderful Cajun Blade. This is the tallow beef. Now this is the beef tallow, and this one, again, I believe sandalwood base scent, but the other was so hard, I had not exactly trouble lathering it up. That's this one, the more yellow coloured one. This one is the tallow and palm. Anyway, that one I used the other day, but I've retained the remains of what I used, and I've actually mushed it up a bit and dampened it. So for next time, it'll be even better. So this one, let's say, is Eric's mostly tallow and beef with a sandalwood base scent. And this one, this one, I put into my trusty half coconut. This actually is a very good way of using a bowl. So I'm not going to bother putting a pre-shave on, or if I do, just tiny bit of moisture while we chat. Thus. And I'm going to try and post this one out on the various groups for about 5 o'clock today on the 5th. For the simple reason it's a celebration of me being able to try a custom soap. Now, custom blades is one thing. Custom soaps is quite another. So I'm feeling very privileged. So again, thank you, Eric of the Cajun Blade. Here we go. This will lather up obviously far easier. I put a bit of hot water on top of this lovely soap and I mushed it up a bit with my thumb. So, as expected, that's going to lather up very, very easily. The test will be not so much the shave, but the post-shave feel. And, oh yeah, the scent's coming out now. Yeah, it was hiding. This should be quite exciting. I'm very excited today. We've got a new government. Number 10 has a new occupant, Sir Keir Starmer. If he makes half the cock up that the other clown made, then we still might survive. But I really wouldn't recommend any of the parties that we've got at the moment. Clowns to the right of me, clowns to the left. However, I wasn't here to talk politics. It's an intensely boring subject, full of liars and buffoons. Still, what do you think about that for a lather? Now, I believe it might be a little bit water greedy, water hungry, so let's put a little bit of extra water with it. What I'm looking for is slickness. And already this is feeling pretty slick. Yeah, that's pretty slick, so I'm happy. I'm going to start off, as I did with the last shave, I'm going to start off with a 5/8 Puma. The last Puma that I used was a 5/8, not the same model, but pretty much the same blade shape, intensely hollow ground. So it'll be a good comparison. The other one was on a J.A.HENCKELS edge, which was fine. This is on a 20K synthetic edge, about the same. Oh, I do love 20K edges. Yep. Very sharp, but very smooth. Well, that's working a treat. Right the way down on the little hairs on the neck, which I managed to miss last time. Yep, that's got them. Can you hear how happy the noise is? That's happy. Yeah, this is a lightsaber. 20K, I love it. I'm happy to concede that some steel prefers a purely synthetic progression and some steel prefers a natural progression. I really am at odds. I know that if you've got a super sharp edge and it's a little bit too sharp, perhaps you're better with a cuticle. But these are both quality carbon blades. And this one I'm going to try now. As I say, this is the Henckels, J.A.HENCKELS, the 401 carbon. So let's see what this does. Interesting. Not as good as the Puma. No, I don't like it. How strange. They both pass hanging hair test beautifully in both directions of the hair. But this is good and sharp. Maybe it's an over sharp square nose. No, if in doubt, Puma. Yeah, this edge, which I've redeemed from being a heavy frown. So this has gone right the way from bevel set to very fine finish. I put it under the microscope, but something about it. Good test in as much as they were both honed identically. So on a pure steel basis, nah, don't like Henckels. So far they've let me down on everything. Certainly on the stainless they're doubtful for me. Let's go back to the Puma. We give a little bit more of this very fine lather. We'll go against the grain for a second pass. I'll do both, I'll be fair. And this time I'm going to start on the left hand side of my face with the Puma instead of, which I've just done with the Henckels. So that's fairly fair, I think. Try and stretch the skin a tiny bit because for some reason the Henckels was dragging just there. And the Puma, no. Puma's bliss. Sorry, Mr. Henckels. So far, out of about 5 razors I've tried this week, no. Puma's best. Yeah, that's just, on that side of the face, very good. I'm still going to continue. I think for some reason my left side is a little less forgiving than the right side of my face. Probably because I'm using my left hand and I'm not a left-handed person. Okay, that's that side done. Let's now try the right-hand side of the face with the Henckels and see if that behaves any better. No, it's draggy. Just a little bit. Excuse the pun, I'm probably splitting hairs. So, no, can't say I like it. Okay. I'm not going to give up on it. In fact, what I will do is, if you don't mind, just for a second, let's give it a little strop. If I can wipe off any residual dampness off the blade, I should go to the Kaneyama and give it a very quick strop. Yeah, let's have a go again. Marginally better. Right, lather up. I gotta say, there's nothing nicer than a homemade soap. This is knocking the living daylights out of commercial soap. Well done, Eric. He's obviously a wizard, an alchemist. Make that a little more wet. I don't understand all the terms he was describing of the process with soap making. It sounds horrendous. One of these things where you could have a horrible accident because this is chemically powerful stuff, soap, and I don't understand it. However, I've got written down some of the details, but not all. So here we go with this little horror. Yeah, adequate again. So I'm sorry, but for me, Henckels is an adequate razor, not a great razor. I haven't got that many. I've only got, what, 4. But yeah, don't like. Put a lot of work into this. Maybe it's because I've slightly shortened the blade by having to take the frown out. But, you know, the hanging hair test, the microscope, identical to the Puma. And the Puma has more corrosion on the edge, not on the apex, but just a little bit on the bevel. And it's a belter. Chalk and cheese. So if anybody wants a Henckels, I shall be putting mine up for sale. I will do some more tests. I've got one Henckels, the 72.5, which is a 6/8 stainless, and that one I'm going to play with that one a bit more. Anyway, back to soap. Yeah, this is a first-rate soap. And out of the two, at the moment, the beef tallow, which I've been a little kinder with because I've softened it with hot water first. But the beef tallow is superb. But the real test will be what it feels like after the shave. So this is a good 3 coming up 4 passes. So I think it's a pretty fair test. Bloody lovely. Anyway, God, come on, let's do one more pass very quickly. I'm going to call it a day. This is a nice soap. I'm going to give the deer tallow another test another day, but for today, this is the beef tallow, and it's superb. Do you know, somewhere, don't know where, but I think somewhere, due to that horrible Henckels, somewhere I think I might have got a weeper. There was a little touch of red. Oh, this is good. How much to pay for a Puma? Not a lot. This one didn't come with a case, but it has got the beautiful little emblem on it, as you can see. And I don't even like small razors. I'm not very good at a fool's pass with a small razor. I couldn't do it. I wouldn't choose it. Nah. So chaps, again a huge call out and thanks to the Cajun Blade, who knows not just how to hone and maintain razors perfectly, but how to make extremely good soap. I put this against any soap I've tried, and I've got quite a few here. So the only other test will be, I'm going to wash this off and see how it feels post-shave. So, chaps, I hope I haven't bored you with tips. I've done an awful lot of videos recently because I'm bored. And when I'm bored, I tend to hone razors and shave with them. Because my lovely girlfriend is far too far away. She's in Morocco and it's too bloody hot there. You're talking about, remember in Europe we deal in centigrade, which is an industrial scale, completely useless for humans, but nevertheless, on a centigrade scale, it's about the mid-40s. So I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but well over 100. Anyway, quick test with the alum block, then I'll be done. Alum block on. Yeah, it's slightly stingy. Especially there on that first pass with the Henckels. That's a Henckels 401. I would not recommend. It obviously doesn't like a synthetic edge. So another day before I dispose of it, I might well put a perhaps a decent edge on it, probably a kinder edge, which normally is a cottacle. With Belgium Ardennes cottacle. Because at the moment, that's the only side of my face that feels that it's been abused. The rest feels lovely. So that's it, chaps. I shall put as a treat a little tiny drop as an aftershave of this lovely beef tallow soap from the Cajun Blade. How about that? What a result. Yeah, that feels good. All right, chaps, coming up for 20 minutes. I do beg your pardon. This is longer than I expected, but it was a bit of a special shave. So there's 2 blades tested and 1 new soap. Martin shave tests. I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.